All right, testing. Welcome to RCAM. I'm your host, Ryan, and thank you for tuning in today. I was having some technical issues. Rumble was acting up through the Chrome app, so I had to adjust and jump over to Edge. So that has not happened before, at least when it comes to my video feed. So that was a little weird. Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about sex robots. Yay! Dystopia is here. So yeah, you know, when I was young, I saw the movie The Stepford Wives, and I didn't think that we would be living that reality out, but it seems we are inching closer and closer to it each and every single day. And then iRobot, honestly one of my favorite movies. I thought it was really cool, really well done. It aged well too. I watched it not that long ago, and it's one of those movies that held up pretty well. But that I didn't think I would live to see like a day where there were AI robots. I didn't think that was possible, but here we are. They are developing, and they're getting better and better with each passing day. And with the development of AI, I mean, it's just they're pouring gasoline on the fire now. And these are going to start to eventually become more and more prominent. And eventually it'll be to the point where, you're able to buy your own AI robot um, in a, for your home. So it won't just be something that's exclusive to ultra wealthy. It'll be available to everybody. You'll just have downgraded models. But yeah, the technology is moving in leaps and bounds, and it's something since day one that has concerned me. I found it a little bit concerning that we were developing AI, because obviously that means that it will replace our jobs. That's not a matter of if, that's just a matter of when that's going to happen. AI is already replacing people's jobs. They're already, too, automating people's jobs away. I talked recently about the AI robots phasing out people in a coffee shop. The robot's able to serve the coffee, no problem. And the real selling point is they're not fleecing you for tips. They're not asking you for tips, at least not yet. Maybe they'll become entitled like we are eventually down the road. As the AI gets a little bit more sophisticated, they'll start to pick up on entitlement and think that they deserve money that they didn't actually work for. So we'll see. That's when we have reached peak advancement in AI, is when they just start doing like incredibly petty human things. Like tipping for being served coffee or serving you coffee. All right, so today I want to start by reading from this article that was written in 2016. And if my audio is not coming in, please let me know. I have it. I'm just going to test real quick just to be sure, because I do not want to be sitting here like a idiot only to find out that my audio is not working. No, it's working. Cool. All right. So this article was written December 7th, 2016, which is hard to believe it's been that long, but it has. So, yes, sex robots are a thing. This is in 2016. This is before AI started taking over everything. Are a thing, and here's everything you want to know. Sex robots may be all over science fiction, but our real sexy AI future is probably closer than you thought. They were right. It's here. As 2016 comes to a close, it's worthwhile to ask where we're at sex robot wise as we move into the new year. And the answer depends on what kind of sex robot you're looking for. First thing, there are escort services in Japan and South Korea that let people rent out technologically advanced sex dolls. Though we already knew about the American artist Matt McCullen, I don't know, lifelike sex dolls that can be modeled after real people, like the one Ryan Gosling fell in love with, which is really creepy too. That's another component that's not really talked about. They're going to make they're already making sex dolls that are modeled off of real people. Do you think they're not going to do this with AI robots? You're going to get these perverts are going to model these robots off of celebrities, and it's going to have their voice, their likeness, everything about them. And they can easily get that from just pulling their footage and running it through their AI machine learning. And then there are going to be people entering into relationships with these AI robots that are using the images of celebrities or your favorite Instagram influencers. So yeah, we're heading in that direction, but faster than I ever dreamed we would be. And I never dreamed we'd be doing this. But it is obvious, because one of the first things that people do when they get access to new technology is, instead of thinking oh, how can I cure cancer with this? Or how can I use this to make people's lives better? The first thing people think of is, how can I have sex with this? That's what your average person is degenerate person is thinking. That's their first thought with new technology. It's what they did with the internet. People figuring out how to get porn on it. It's what they did with the smartphones when they came out. People trying to figure out how to watch porn on it. It's what they did with VR, figuring out how to have VR porn games. It just speaks volumes to the level of degeneracy in our culture. And of course, they're going to do this with robots. Why wouldn't they? They've done it with everything else. So, and engineer Douglas Hines invented a robot named Roxy, or is it who responds verbally to touch and can talk about the news? Good God. All right. That's all. Why would you want to talk to your robot about the news? I don't even want to talk to human beings about the news sometimes. You think I'm going to want to talk to a robot about it? No. And it'll be fake news because it'll be programmed by Silicon Valley anyway. So you're not even going to be getting the real news. No, I'd rather talk to an actual human being. Thankfully, it doesn't look like sex bots are in danger of replacing human partners, at least for now. Yes, because this was before the prominence of OnlyFans. But now I think we're a lot closer than we were before. Because basically everything right now currently about people's relationships online is artificial. You have men in hordes signing up to watch internet porn and signing up to OnlyFans creators, prostitutes. Correct me if I get that wrong. They are modern digital prostitutes. They're not models like people say that they're not. What do you model? You're modeling porn. You're modeling prostitution. So if you're a model, you're a model of prostitution. So anyway, I try to be precise with my language. So they are prostitutes, but you have these men who have already traded the real thing for something artificial. So they'll interact with, what they see on the screen via pornography, and now, through OnlyFans, and they'll pay for this artificial relationship with a woman and stranger that they don't know, so that they can please themselves to a stranger online. It's just incredibly weird, but it's something that men are doing, and many times they're not even actually interacting with the real OnlyFans prostitute. They're interacting with AI or men, a chat team that are pretending to be women, which is kind of gay. Pretty gay, actually, for both parties involved. But that's the reality. And unfortunately, it's a grim reality because our future is looking grim. Anyway, this article continues. Sure. So would it be fair to say that sex robots already exist? This guy girl Nicole Proust. Sure. At the most basic level, sex robots already exist. Yep. There are machines to extract. Oh God, this is disgusting. All right, I'm gonna shame men right now. All right, because this is This is shameful. You should not be sticking your penis into machines. It's weird. It's just weird. It's creepy. It's weird. It's unnatural and pretty disgusting. So probably don't do that. Probably don't do that. Where do they, Cly writes, where do they come up with these studies? Who do they interview? Wild. They they probably go to Hollywood or something, full of degenerates, so it wouldn't be that hard to find people. What are the most advanced sex robots we have right now? The most advanced in terms of intelligence do not exist in sex. Yeah, but now they do, and we'll get to that. Actually, we're gonna get to that now. We're gonna move on. All right. Most people want to have sex with robots. New robosexuality study reveals, and here we have it: a new sexuality, robosexuals. You got pansexuals, transsexuals, trisexuals. You have all these different sexualities. Now you have robosexuals, people that are that want to have sex with robots. New research has revealed who would most likely be interested in having sex with robots. Technology has moved in leaps and bounds from the days of blow-up dolls to realistic sex robots, which have been built to satisfy. While a few have made their way onto the market, development continues to improve what's available. Along with the vast shifts toward realistic, investing in new sex aids has never been easier for shy folks who didn't relish the idea of strolling into a store and pulling one down off the shelf. Internet shopping has put pay to that awkward encounter. I actually think that getting porn on the internet should be illegal, and buying sex toys on the internet should be illegal. You should actually have to experience the shame of walking into a sex store to participate in your degeneracy. You should not be able to do that cowardly behind your computer screen. No, you should be outed because it's weird. It's just oh man, I don't want to show pornographic stuff. My bad, guys. I did not realize I was in there. I'm not going to read that article. But it is bad. And one of the things that I did see was this article here. And when I first saw this, or this article, this video, when I first saw this, I didn't really understand what I was seeing. And it's just because I'm not on like Tinder or anything like that. I've been married 10 years, so it was a little foreign to me. But let's play the video. All right, so this is an ad for what seems to be an AI-generated woman paired with this device called the orifice. And I don't think I need to explain what that is. You can use your imagination. But it is them pairing now kind of machines with technology, and we're just going to see this get more sophisticated. And two, it is really kind of interesting that this is almost like the way they did this ad was as a way, almost like a way for men to get revenge for being rejected when they swipe when they get swiped on these these social media apps or these dating apps. Now you get to do it and pick your favorite fake girlfriend, and use this weird degenerate device. And the future, like you think of like iRobot, and that's kind of cool, having robots, that can, do your chores and, make life a little bit easier in that regard. But no, people are going to use them to sleep with, and they're going to use them to try to replace real relationships. The message here is, don't use that dating app anymore. Come here. We have an AI girlfriend for you, and she'll do whatever you want. And it's really disturbing, because my concern is that many men will trade the real thing for something artificial. I believe that's going to happen, and I think it's only a matter of time. I believe the groundwork has already been laid for that, and we are going to see a future where men trade real intimacy with a real human being for a robot. And many of them will be happy doing it. They will gladly trade it. And part of me doesn't blame them because of how abysmal the dating market is. But the other part of me realizes just how pathetic and sad this really is. And I think some of the people that are going to be most impacted, obviously men, because I can't imagine how healthy it is to be in a relationship with a robot. And there are already men that are doing this, by the way. They're dating AI, they're dating AI chatbots, and there are some people even marrying them. I believe I once reported on a man marrying his sex doll. So everything is already here. The groundwork is already here, and I am really just floored by it. And I see how it's negatively going to affect women in more ways than we can even possibly imagine. And, it's going to actually, one, I guess, positive is that it's totally going to disrupt OnlyFans. And those girls are going to come to regret selling themselves online because they will be replaced by robots. And men will gladly trade the real thing. We've already seen this happen, too. There was a while back, there was a Twitch streamer who was found AI pornography, and he superimposed another Twitch streamer's face on it. And she was traumatized by it. I mean, traumatized, horrified that this man would do this. But that's going to happen, and then some, because they're going to do the same thing with robots that they can physically touch. Cly writes, "Love how you're so blunt yet careful." Yeah, I try to be. I catch myself. I catch myself sometimes. I'm like, oh, you're going a little too far. So calm down. But no, it is really it's sad, and I have serious concern for the women, because imagine too, you're walking down this street and you walk past somebody that looks like you, and you take a closer look, and it's exactly you, your likeness, your mannerisms, the way that you speak, except it's some guy's sex robot. Like, how creepy is that? Like, it just creeps me out. Men won't have to worry about this as much. But women are definitely going to be impacted. Two, what's it going to do to relationships? Men saying, oh, women, because women are, more promiscuous now than they've ever been, men will abandon relationships. They flat out will. I don't like it, but I see the writing on the wall. I see that is going to become a reality. And it makes me really concerned for both men and women alike and for the future of our civilization. It's just more and more things that are feeding nihilism and ushering in dystopia. And it's going to lead to the decline in human civilization. Yeah, AI is going to do some great things. It's also going to do some awful things. Things that are too that are going to ruin relationships as we know them. And sex robots. They're a concern, but they're not the only concern. So this writer, I want to pull this up. Back in 2022, I wrote about AI and sex robots could become a thing in the future, but it's been interesting to see how fast everything progressed. No, we're not quite ready for the replicant prostitute from Blade Runner yet, but you might be surprised how far things have moved along. And I just played this video for you. I don't know if that's inappropriate or not. I'm not going to risk it. Hold on. I'll just read for a second. What is the idea behind this? I think it is because I scrolled through this before. Basically, it seems to be that you choose a female model and AI creates to your specifications and have a sexual chat or phone conversation with while you use a device for sex. Yeah, it's creepy. That's about the ad that we just talked about. And two, what is this going to do to men's standards for women? They're going to have impossible standards because they're going to create women that don't even exist, women that are purely fantasy, women that real women can't actually even match up with. Now, the only thing that I don't think AI will ever be able to do is truly love another person. And I think there'll still be a market for real artificial love. But I am a little black-pilled on the fact that there will be men that just don't care. They don't care because they already don't care. They already treat women as objects when they're viewing pornography. No different. But now they actually have something physical to interact with. And I really challenge you guys to start thinking through this because it's growing. So that image that was just up. So it's a picture of a fictitious woman in a bikini, and she's an AI influencer, and she has 481,000 followers on Instagram. Does it matter that she's not real? Apparently not to the simps in the comments. And I actually think this is a real good, appropriate way of using the term simp, which I genuinely hate. I think it's appropriate here. Look at these men. Heart, heart, heart. It's true. You get more beautiful every day because she's not real. She's fake. Like, these men are talking to a fake AI-generated image. And I hope to God that it's so good that they can't tell the difference. But this person, Bob Lang, love you, Dina. She's not real. She's fake. Fictitious. And man, I thought, maybe, they won't be able to be loved in return, but certainly people are going to idolize and love these robots because they're already doing it. Moreover, I don't know how long this picture has been up, but she has a Patreon page where her fans can pay money to get spicier pictures. So this, oh my God. All right, this AI robot has a Patreon where people are paying money for fake images, AI-generated images of a fake AI-generated woman. And they're paying up to $50 a month. And you want to know what's the crazy thing? This is probably a man running this site. As I said before, that is really gay. Just straight up homosexual. Of course, this is just the point of the spear. As I researched this article, I found dozens and dozens of AI sex chat websites. While I'm not paying for them to test them out or giving you a list of checks, this is not the kind of article. I can tell you some of the models and characters on these websites seem to have hundreds of thousands of users. Oh, wow, typos here. How good are they? Given the experience I have talking to ChatGPT, which is one of the most advanced public AIs, I can't imagine that they're conversationally at the level of a human being. Furthermore, I did keep an eye out to see if any of these spicy AI websites I checked could handle voice interaction. I only saw a couple that claimed to be able to do that for a significant fee. So yeah, these sites already exist. People are already using them to engage in pseudo relationship with them. People are already pairing it with sex toys, and this is just the beginning of it all. This technology is only going to get more advanced. I just recently saw maybe I can pull that up real quick. A humanoid robot. Give me a second, because I want to show you just how advanced the tech is right now. Bookmarks. Yeah, oh, this is so creepy. All right, I'm gonna get it pulled up. All right, here we go. So creepy. Even the way it moves, just look at the way it moves. Ugh. You could easily see that being like that doll from Megan, just like running on the walls. Ugh. Regular Man writes, do you think the weirdos get rusty and need a tetanus shot after they spend time? That would certainly discourage them from using it, but no, I think they probably make models that feel as close to the real thing as possible. And unfortunately, people will take advantage of that. And then they're going to eventually get to the point where they're able to move and interact like a real person. And here we kind of have more of the groundwork being laid for it. And I think in the next 5 to 10 years, we'll have fully functional AI sex robots that are programmed to interact with you. So you talk, they talk back. It's intuitive. Again, AI is one of those things where it just snowballs. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger and more advanced with each, as each year passes. So yeah, this is the future. And I have this article from Forbes. All right. Meet the new AI robot billionaire. Armed with more than $750 million in funding, Brett Addock vows that Figure will become one of the most important businesses in the world. First, he has a lot of work to do. Figure, one can choose a healthy snack for me from behind the basket. So he's talking about his robot. Brett Addock asked a humanoid robot lurking behind a table close by. Its options are an orange and a bag of chips. The robot, aka Figure 01, picked up the orange using dexterous human-like hands and gives it to Addock. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this article, but there was a video going not that far back of a robot being able to do complex tasks and being able to hear commands from a human being, and it was, I believe, grabbing oranges and putting away dishes. So the text basically there. It just needs a little bit of time, and they'll merge it all together and welcome dystopian nightmare. And it's just going to get a lot worse. And I just want to play one more video, and then we're going to wrap it up because I got this marriage space I got to do at 9, and I don't got a lot of time. There's your $20 minimum wage. You're getting replaced. They have a robot that could do your entire job, and it doesn't talk back. It doesn't ask for raises. It doesn't protest. It shows up to work every time. Can work 24 hours. Yeah, if you can't see how jobs will be easily replaced, you haven't been paying attention. But here we are. This is the dystopian future that we are building, and not a lot of people are prepared for it. Not a lot of people are seeing how this is going to disrupt our way of life, from relationships to job opportunities to our day-to-day tasks at home. Many people will use AI robots to even replace parents. They'll, instead of your kids sitting in front of the iPad all day, they'll be playing with their robot companion, which AI toys already exist. I did a video about that. And it's here. So the only thing that we can do at this point is try to figure out what we're going to do to deal with it as it comes. And hopefully, if our leaders have any sense, they'll start to pass legislation now to rein this stuff in, because it will spiral out of control. I actually think of like Andrew Yang. He was the only presidential candidate I've ever seen running for office that actively talked about the threat of automation. And we need to be prepared for it, and I think it's going to replace a lot of the jobs and things that we never dreamed it would be replaced. And we're not prepared. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up. I am going to be doing a space today on X Live. I'll be on for about an hour. I'm going to be interviewing several men. So I got a couple of panelists that I'm going to be discussing marriage. And my hope is that people can kind of glean some wisdom from these men who have been married. This is kind of my way to be an antidote to the red pill. We hear all the time how marriage is a bad deal for men, and it's basically discouraged, and I frankly got tired of it, and now I want to do something about it. So I want people to learn ways to improve your marriages so that you're not another statistic. Your relationship is not a statistic. Your relationship matters, and if you're on the fence about getting married, I encourage you to join the space. I think it'll be good. I think we'll have some good discussion. I'm excited for the guests that we have. And, if you're ever interested in joining one of our marriage spaces, one of my, I would prefer men that have been married a long time, and men that just, divorce is not an option for them. And obviously, happy. So, that's kind of the criteria that I have for the people that come on. And I look forward to having a good conversation. Anyway, have a blessed evening, guys. Deuces. I will be back tomorrow. And if not, I'll see you in the space at 9. Have a good night.